I'm going to make some broth because the last time I went to the store, it was crazy expensive. And I don't feel like I need to use all my good stuff to make broth. So I noticed that there's some old greens here, and I can take off the ends and some of the leaves and the stalk of here. I've got some old carrots and even a little bit of onion. So I'm gonna make a stock that is basically just from all the leftover crazy pieces you're not gonna put in your food. And it's going to be free, and I can put it in the freezer until I'm ready to use it so it won't go bad. And also, that reminds me a little tip that I wanted to share today that I've just kind of started doing in the last few months, which is when I do like cook food for, say, stir fry and I'm cutting up veggies or whatever, I'll put the leftovers in a Ziploc bag and throw those in the freezer until I'm ready to make some broth, instead of throwing them away or composting them or whatever the case is. So, anyway, I'm going to get to it. So these carrots I could probably use in a stir fry or what have you, but they're feeling a little old, and I just got a new bag of carrots, so they're going to go in the broth. And I'm just checking out this little bit of onion. You're going to take the ends of these greens right off. I'm going to put these in a little baggie in the fridge after I rinse them all. But first, we'll go through and get the little scragglers, the ones that don't look so good for other things. It's actually a pretty good looking group of green onion. And then I'm going to be using all this celery this week. So the end will go straight off and the tips. Pretty much. Got some whole green onion. Cut this down just a little. We're going to throw this right in my trusty pot. Basically, guys, I'm just going to rummage through my fridge and see what else I might have that's looking kind of bad and throw it in here too. And we are going to see how this turns out. It's usually really yummy. It's a little lighter, I'm not going to lie, than the ones that you get at the grocery store, but it really can add a lot of flavor to anything. I love cooking pasta in it, rice, all kinds of stuff. So we'll see how this turns out.
Okay, so it got pretty loud and busy over at the house, so I didn't even think about talking to the camera. At this point, I just grabbed some of the stuff out of the fridge that wasn't looking the greatest, but still had a little life left in it, like some old, well, not old, but some little bell peppers that were starting to get a little soft. And then I had some spinach that I just wanted to throw in for good measure and some romaine. Um, as you can see, I put some of my rinsed green onions in that little lettuce saver there, which is so awesome.
So this is how much my little saucepan got filled up, and I'm just going to fill it with water, add a little garlic, and set it to simmering. Okay, so the broth has been simmering for probably almost 2 hours now. Of course, the longer you simmer it, the better it's going to be, but I don't have that much time today. And I'm just going to go ahead and pour it right into my strainer, which goes right into a bowl. And at this point, you can pour it from the bowl through like a cheesecloth, but I'm not going to do that today. I don't feel like looking for the cheesecloth. Anyway, and this is what we are left with here. It's a really beautiful, light broth. And that little bit of veggies that I used made an entire jar. So let's test it and see what it is here. I did not add salt like I said I might. It was smelling nice and salty, I think probably from the spinach and the greens that I put in there. Excuse me, it's a little hot. It's really good. It's very light. It can use some salt, but it's delicious. And as you can see, putting greens in your broth does not make the broth green. So I'm going to use this tonight to make some pasta sauce and put the rest in the fridge for the rest of the week. I'd love to see what your guys' broth, what you guys come up with using your old veggies. So share down below in the comments. Anyway, see you next time.